So point number 15 is that we are social creatures, and we used to belong in tribes. And you may have that quote where it's like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So for example, in a job interview, it's something called pre-selection, where it's like, if you're friends with the boss, he's more likely to hire you rather than someone who's more qualified. And it's true, because we just want to be happy and we want to all get along. Like, in my job, I'm forced to be social. I have to be socialized with everyone around me, my coworkers. Otherwise, I'm really weird. And then, if I'm weird and I have bad energy, it's like they're going to kick me out or just hire someone else with good energy who might not be as good as me doing the job. So we are very, very social creatures. So we still think like we're in tribes. So we all just want to be accepted. We all just want to be sheeps in a way. And again, we just don't want to stand out, because if you stand out, that means, you're most likely weird and you're going to be kicked out of the tribe and you're going to die. But again, like I said, a lot of successful people stand out and become successful. So some points on that is like building rapport. The book, How to Win Friends and Influence Other People, like remember their name, just be genuine. That's cool. But at the same time, there's something called Dunbar number, where it's like you can't actually be genuine with everybody. You can't remember everybody's name. You can only remember like 150 people's name and like briefly what they do. Think about our brain as a hard drive. We can only remember so much. So unless you're Rain Man, you can't really do it. So that's a huge problem, where it's like you go to work, like I've had so many jobs in my life. Like I go to work now, it's like I have so much anxiety. Like these people treat each other as family because they work so long. You may have noticed, like if you have a job like a 9 to 5 or like a part-time job, like your co-workers are forced to become your friend. And here's the point where it's just like in high school you have high school friends and you question yourself where it's like, were they really your friend? Like they're definitely my friend, but it's just like we were probably just friends because we were forced to spend time with each other. Because as you know, once you go outside of high school or uni, it's like you have to make time to see that person. You don't see them every day anymore. Like school used to be like you must go to school, so then you see them every day. But after that, you have to make your own time and you have to respect each other's time, and it goes apart. And I'll talk about this later. And you have different goals in life, and it's no one's fault. It's just life. So and to become friends with someone, like deep friends, is like School of Life talks about this, where it's like it's vulnerability. So if you think about how you have all your close friends, it's because they know something that other people don't know. It's vulnerability. It's you being your authentic self. It's you showing your vulnerable side. It's like me right now, kind of, not really. I have a lot to hide, but it's just like you're showing that you are human, that you're not what you put yourself on Instagram. You're actually sad and depressed, and you have real life problems. So there's that. You want to increase your likability in social settings, so you just want to be friends with everyone, and not everyone, but you want to be easygoing, and you want to just get to know people. Like you may have known, like one of my coworkers, right? He's just nice to everyone, and I sense that he's genuinely nice, and you just like that person because he treats you good. That's all. You just treat people good. A good way to do it is just remember their name, and that's it. So it's just building rapport and shit. It's kind of social engineering. But anyways, another point, a good point, I think it's Stephen Covey, where it's like seek first to understand before being understood. So right now I have a lot of knowledge and shit, and I can just tell you this, but you're probably not going to listen unless you're very interested in it, or like you probably click on this video so you're invested in it. But in real life, what you want to do, like say you want to learn from a rich person. Rich person's probably not going to tell you anything. This is like, who are you? But if you just go up to a rich person and say, hey, let me buy you lunch, right? So you're giving him value. You're giving him food. Who doesn't like food? Without it, we'll die. So he accepts that lunch, and because you gave him value, he gives you in return. He's like, oh, I like this guy. He remembers my name. He brought me lunch. I feel good around him. So I'm going to give him all my secret. Like, how did I start a business? And then you learn from him. And I guess it's kind of social manipulation, but not really. It's just like we help each other, So give value first before you take value. And also understand the person first before he understands you. And I think that's how vulnerability works and friendship work, where like, you have to set the example. You have to take the initiative. You have to just say something personal. And that's the whole point of vulnerability, where you say something and that person can just tear it apart, and your fucking self-esteem is just like, ah. But like if it goes well, then you might have a relationship. That's the whole point of pickup, where it's like you're playing the probability. You're increasing your chances by just setting the net wider. So you have more chances of getting something. That's all it is. So you just play the number game, and I'll talk about this in the end, like my final point. So again, in RSD and pickup, we like to say abundance, and this is also high vibration, low vibration energy. I'll talk about that later, but like you just want to give, to the point where like eventually you have so much value that you just give. Like right now, I'm giving value. I'm not expecting anything in return. Although send me some money. Nah, I'm joking. But the lowest value you can give someone is. Oh, sorry, my camera just died just then. Oh, my leg is cramping. So the lowest value you can give someone is positive emotion. So maybe like you're in a club. Like we're pretty insecure as guys. Like I feel like I don't know why I'm talking about pickup, right? But like as a woman, like as a hot girl, right? If you're really young, most likely your power is like up there. As an insecure little turd, your power's like down there. And in my opinion, I like to think like once as men, when we go older, our power's like up there because we have more knowledge, we have more money, we have more business, we have life purpose. And the girl kind of gets down because her looks aren't as good enough. And I guess this societal pressure. I don't mean I'm not saying looks are everything. Just go listen to my podcast. But there's that. So what was my point? Oh yeah, so abundance. So you just want to give. And the lowest form they can give is positive emotions. And another thing that they talk about in spiritual teaching and RSD is like you must give in order to receive. And so you always want to be in abundance. So like in a restaurant, if you tip someone, that's going to come back to you somehow. So it's like you have to give in order to even receive. So think about that, and think about all the rich people. I think Bill Gates, he was the richest man, and then he gave all his money, so he wasn't the richest man. But because he gave all the money, he somehow became the richest man again. And I think Jeff Bezos took over now, but even he gives money. So yeah, there's that.